Princess Mia of the Valoran Empire had always considered humans peculiar. They were soft, fragile creatures who required specific atmospheric conditions to survive, lacked natural weapons, and seemed perpetually concerned with trivial matters. Yet here she was bound in matrimony to one. Kevin sat across from her in the royal garden, his brown eyes focused on a holographic display as he reviewed trade agreements. His dark hair fell across his forehead in that charmingly disheveled way that had first caught her attention at the diplomatic summit 3 cycles ago. The marriage had been political, of course, a union to cement the alliance between Earth and Valoria, but Mia had grown fond of her harmless human husband. "You should see the military advisors today," Mia said, her crystal and skin shimmering in the twin sun's light. "They wish to discuss the border tensions with the Krillian Dominion." Kevin glanced up, offering that gentle smile that made her chest feel warm. "I leave that to you, love. I'm just a simple trader trying to understand your empire's economic systems. Simple, harmless, safe." That's what everyone thought of Kevin, and he seemed content with that perception. Krillian attack came without warning. Mia was in the throne room when the palace shields failed. Explosions rocked the crystalline walls as Krillian shock troops materialized through illegal teleportation tech. Her guards fell within seconds, their plasma weapons useless against the invaders' adaptive armor. A Krillian commander, scales gleaming black and razor-sharp claws extended, grabbed Mia by her throat. "The princess will make excellent leverage. Earth's pathetic envoy will beg for the..." Commander never finished his sentence. Kevin appeared in the doorway and Mia barely recognized him. Gone was the gentle smile, the relaxed posture, the soft-spoken demeanor. His eyes held something ancient and terrifying, the look of a predator that had been playing prey. "Release her," Kevin said quietly. His voice carried none of its usual warmth. The Krillian laughed, tightening his grip on Mia's throat. "Or what, human? You have no weapons, no armor, you're nothing but a..." Kevin moved. Mia had studied human biology for their wedding, read about their physical limitations. Humans couldn't match Krillian strength or Valoran speed. Yet Kevin crossed the 30 FT distance in less than a second, his movements impossibly fluid. He caught the Krillian's wrist. Mid-squeeze, the sound of shattering bone echoed through the chamber. The commander shrieked as Kevin twisted, using the alien's own mass against him, sending the 8-foot warrior crashing into 2 of his soldiers. "Mia, close your eyes," Kevin said calmly. She didn't. She couldn't. 3 more Krillians rushed him simultaneously. Kevin and LT, Unk and GT. Hand shot out, striking the first attacker's throat with surgical precision. As that one fell gasping, he ducked under the second's plasma blast, caught the warrior's arm, and used it to redirect the weapon's fire into the third Krillian's chest plate. It was brutal, efficient, terrifying. "What? What are you?" Mia whispered. Kevin didn't answer. He was too busy disarming the remaining Krillians with techniques that seemed to combine multiple martial disciplines. He moved like water flowing around attacks, redirecting force, striking at joints and pressure points with devastating accuracy. 1 Krillian managed to rake his claws across Kevin's shoulder, drawing blood. Kevin didn't flinch. He grabbed the alien's arm, stepped into his guard, and executed a throw that sent the warrior crashing through marble pillar. Within 90 seconds, 12 Elite Krillian soldiers lay unconscious or incapacitated across the throne room. Floor. Kevin turned to Mia, blood seeping through his torn shirt, breathing only slightly elevated. Are you hurt? I know. Mia stared at her husband. You said you were a traitor. I am. Kevin and LT Unk and GT's expression softened slightly now, but humans. We don't have the luxury of being born strong, Mia. We have to become strong. We have to learn, train, adapt. For thousands of years we fought each other because we had no one else to fight. He walked toward her, stepping over grown Krillians. I've studied 17 martial arts. I've trained with special forces from 6 Earth nations. I speak 12 languages, can pilot 37 types of spacecraft, and yes, I understand economic systems better than your advisors because I studied them obsessively. Mia's guards finally arrived, weapons drawn, staring in shock at the carnage. But you always seemed so harmless. Kevin smiled, that gentle smile again, though something predatory lingered in his eyes. That's because I chose to be. Because he made me feel safe enough not to be what I was trained to become. Because for the first time in my life, I didn't need to be a weapon. He touched her face gently, the same hand that had just dismantled a squad of elite warriors. But when it comes to protecting you, I'll be whatever I need to be. More alarms blared. Kevin and LT Unk and GT expression hardened as he looked toward the palace entrance. How many more are coming? Mia asked. Doesn't matter. Kevin retrieved a plasma rifle from one of the fallen Krillians, checked its charge. With practiced ease, they made a critical error in their intelligence gathering. What error? Kevin's smile turned cold. They assumed that because humans choose peace, we've forgotten how to wage war. They thought Earth sent a diplomat. He moved toward the entrance, toward the sounds of approaching enemies. They should have read their history. Humans are the only species that domesticated the vulve, the only species that turned persistence hunting into an art form, the only species that looked at every other predator on their planet and decided they weren't scary enough. Mia watched her husband, her gentle, kind, supposedly harmless husband, walk toward an entire battalion of enemy soldiers. Kevin, he glanced back, and for a moment she saw both versions of him, the peaceful traitor and the warrior he'd buried deep. I love you, he said simply. And I'm going to show these Krillians exactly why Earth doesn't need to wave weapons around to be feared. He paused at the doorway. We just need someone to give us a reason. As plasma fire erupted in the quarter and Kevin disappeared into the chaos with a warrior's roar that seemed impossible from her soft-spoken husband. Princess Mia finally understood. Humans weren't harmless. They were simply waiting for the right moment to remind the galaxy why they'd survived long enough to reach the stars, and someone had just given them that moment.